to green. The green flag is out in the air, and the 97 has taken off on the inside. He's still got the 97 on the, or excuse me, the 02 on the outside of him. He's going to have to battle him going into turn 1 now. But the 97 is going to have the preferred line. We're going to see what he can do through 1 and 2. Excuse me, turn 1. As we're now seeing maybe a 3-wide situation there with the 29. Nope. The 60 car there has backed out. He is not wanting any part of that, but the 97 car leading this field down the one of the back straightaways going into turn 2 now.
Yeah, as now we are all single-filed here behind your leader, Chad. We have Collier second. Oh, as Mayhew is sideways off the tunnel turn. We mentioned at the top, that's going to be very difficult here tonight, as now Haldane, Javon Thompson, and now Dallas Seward are looking to the outside. Dallas sends it into turn 3. What a move on the outside.
Yeah, Dallas was real sideways. Going into turn 3 there, he saved it way up on the outside. We see Steven Down getting a little loose off of turn 3. He saves it. And now we almost see the whole field. Single file. We got the 29 car on the inside and the 5 car on the inside further back there. As now the 29, he is going to get behind the 38 and start going single file here. Right now, Chad is really just extending that gap. Maybe the 0-2. Oh, he grabs just a little bit of wall there. So Rob struggling a little bit, maybe with the dirty air. And maybe this gap that he's creating between him and Chad is going to be what he needs to get that car back on the performance level that it needs. And maybe give that 0-2 car a little bit of a standard or somewhere where he just needs to pace himself. Maybe he wants to try a different strategy than the 97.
Yeah, it was really hard pass to make there coming off a 1. Now we're going through the tunnel turn now. We see them both use pretty much the same line. Javon Thompson was able to wrap the bottom a little bit better. He's going to get a great run going towards turn 3 here. Take Javon Thompson back to the bottom. Is he going to send it on the bottom of Haldane? He does. Haldane gives him a lot of room on the bottom, and he's going to clear him off of turn 3. What a move, Javon Thompson. As now we see Henderson going to the inside as the 2nd through 6th place battle here is heating up. As Henderson, he sends it down on the bottom, calling Collier's going to hang it up on the outside. We're going to be side by side this time coming off of turn 1.
And there's Javon Thompson. He's licking his chops right now. He wants part of this action as the 60 car still continues to battle that 0-2 car going down this straightaway and now into the tunnel turn. They're going to be side by side. No, the 0-2 prevails on the outside. Maybe something happening with the 60 car here. He loses a ton of positions. 3 positions in 1 corner. Javon Thompson being a huge gainer here. He's going to be able to take his shot at the 0-2 car coming off of turn 3. And here comes the train on the inside for the 93 car going down this straightaway. Now you can see the 60 car grab a little bit of wall, and it looks like the 93 is not going to garner any support around this 0-2 car. The 29 car going all over the place trying to find a way to get around this 0-2 car as he's still side by side with the 93, and a little bit of contact is made there. The 39 trying to not get his nose into that. He pulls back. And now the 29 is in 3rd place, leading this pack to try and get around Rob Collier, coming off of turn 3 now.
Yeah, that 29 car, he's just cool as a cucumber here as he just makes it happen. As he gets real wide off of 3, it's going to open the door for Rob. Rob's coming to pit lane. Here comes our pit cycles.
Lap 19 right now. You see P3 coming down pit road. We'll go back to these guys here. I'm sure these guys are going to start duking it out as well, as now, just a little bit of a heads up here, there is a 14-second gap between 1st and 2nd place. Chad putting on a clinic. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a run that he's been trying to get. Now he's getting that huge draft speed going down the front straightaway. He's not going to be able to get side by side with him. That upper line, though, still looking like it's going to prevail. Brad elects not to take it, and Tim taking the line away from the 39. Coming off of turn 1 now, and now we see the 60 go to the bottom, and the 39's on the outside. He makes the pass. Brad Haldane into P2 at the moment, and the 60 car into P3.
As now we see Chad, your leader, lap 26, making a pit stop.
So, Chad, lap 27. Oh, we got Brad pitting. We got Tim pitting. Let's see what Scott does. Scott is hanging it out. He's going for the long one. Lead here right now, side by side, the 70 and the 29 coming off of turn 3 right now. The 70 trying to lead a lap. in this race. But Scott, he is prevailing on the outside, and the 29 leads another lap. So you see Dallas Seward all the way up in the wall there, coming off of turn 3. He's wrecking into the pits.
Wow, and he saved it. He did not bring out a caution. What a save there, as we see Matt Yost. He has now moved past Scott Mayhew Jr. Moved Matt Yost in the 70 car to the lead. Yeah, and I think Yost can actually go maybe a lap or two more because he wasn't in that race battle there with Mayhew Jr. and Golden, which we know they're teammates, so they probably had it planned out to pit the same lap time. So now Matt Yost was running behind that battle. He was probably saving fuel from the drop of the green that we didn't even know, because he is now going to the halfway point. We're at the halfway point right now, and he's still on track. Does he come this time, though?
Let's go on board with him and see if he comes down pit road. He does. This will be a perfect example for you guys to see what it's like coming down pit road, as now the 70 car is hard on the brakes to get into his mile per hour speed that he needs to be within, as he takes it now across the start-finish line. Matt Yost still in P6. Jonathan Golden and Scott Mayhew do go a lap down. Matt Yost, he's coming out of turn 3 now, and Tim Henderson way ahead. Oh, we got Rob Collier down pit road.
Wow, these guys have been battling all day. These guys are just fun to watch. They're racing each other with a ton of respect, as now Haldane is on the bottom of Javone Thompson. They're going to drag it down the back. Who's gonna prevail going through the tunnel turn? We know how difficult it is to go side by side through there.
Yeah, this is gonna get interesting with the 39 on the bottom and the 93 up on top. We'll see who comes out as the leader for second place here, and it's Brad Haldane. Brad Haldane completes the pass on the 93.
As now Chad, here he comes. Here comes Chad, lap 54, coming to make his final pit stop, most likely, here of the race. We'll have to watch the gap between him and Rob. I think Chad's going to hang on to the lead here, as Rob is barreling down the straightaway here. Here comes Chad off of pit road. Chad is actually going to hold the lead over Rob here. This is huge. Chad is putting together an amazing race. He is not going to lose any time here to Rob here, according to the lead.
Yes.
Yeah, great drive by multiple guys in this race. I just want to shout out Matt Yost with that one-stop strategy. Played it just fantastically. What great driver concentration and control that he had to do tonight to make this on a one-stopper. He's going to come home with a respectable... Oh, is that Javone Thompson coming into pit lane here?
Big damage.
With one to go from fourth. That is just bad luck here at the very end of this race for Javone. No caution. Fortunate for Chad. Unfortunate there for Javone. The white flag is in the air. The final lap of the race here, brought to you by the Dega Boys. As we see Chad going into turn 1 now for the final time here tonight at Pocono, after just a fantastic strategy to stop this thing, pitted somewhere around lap 23, was able to run his tires all the way out to lap 54. With all the strategies around him, nothing made him falter. Continually ran fast lap times, had the setup coming in, took it from the pole, put it on the pole, starts from the lead, pretty much leads flag to flag, besides the few pit strategy lead changes we saw as he exits or goes into turn 3 now for the final time to get his first Motor City Cup Series victory of the season out of turn 3 for the final time. Your man tonight, Mr. Dominance, Chad Guennigsman, wins his first race of the season here in the Motor City Cup at Pocono.
Hey, Chad, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got yes.
Chad, I just got to ask this, man. Like, how much do you charge?
Tonight I ran every lap like it was the last lap.
No, I mean, like, how much do you charge for your clinics that you put on? Because I feel like I need to partake in it.
Gotcha. I mean, definitely, if I'm going to teach a clinic at one track, it's going to be Pocono. This is definitely my favorite track, a track where I always run well. So I wouldn't take my clinics everywhere, but this is definitely a track where I know a little bit.
Well, I mean, just an insane performance you put on tonight. I mean, you've already exercised your talent here in the Nexus Sim Racing Series with fuel strategies before. We have not been able to see it with the Gen 6 cars here in the Monday Night Motor City Cup, but tonight you came out in full force, getting it done tonight. I do have another question for you. Your strategy coming in tonight, was it any different than what you actually performed during the race due to maybe some dynamic situations going on, or did you execute your plan from lap 1?
Yeah, definitely. I think this race was, I think you guys did the Gen 4 race at Chicago, where that one was a field strategy type race, but I think this one was definitely the opposite. I think I pretty much knew that 2-stop with how much you had to save, it was like 4 laps, was going to be a lot of time to give up. So I guess this one was pretty much the opposite, where it's just run hard for 3 equal segments and put as much time up, and then hopefully a caution to come out when I had to pit that first time around and would lose track position, but luckily it went green, and it was pretty much a relatively, as expected, 3-stop race, or 2-stop race, 3 stints.
Right. So, your driving tonight was just you had the setup, you had the strategy, you executed, then you came out here, you got the flag, you win this race in dominating fashion, only leading not only but 5 or so laps. So I think that's nonetheless, that 97 machine was going to be very hard to beat. I just think that, what you did tonight was just insane. Really hard to compete with that. You obviously worked very hard on your setup, and it showed tonight. But, that's really all I got. I'm going to hand it off here to Jay. Jay's probably got a couple questions for you.
Yeah, Chad, I guess my only question I got for you, I guess I got 2 questions, but my first question here is, how sweet does it feel to get into victory lane after the troubles that you had in last week's dominating performance there at New Hampshire?
It definitely played a factor in wanting to get one here at Pocono. I think I've been able to run every race this year, but definitely haven't got a win yet, and we're coming down to the end of the season, so you never want to go winless in a year. So definitely, I wouldn't say feeling the pressure, but feeling like chances to get some wins were running out. And I won this race last year in this league, so I knew the car was good. I really didn't have to touch it too much. I think last year, Travis Manning, who I run this league with on the same team, we had a really good car, so it was pretty much where it needed to be for tonight's race. So, but yeah, definitely wanted to make sure that if I had a winning car, that I could get a win and put in victory lane with opportunities running out.
Heck yeah. Well, you got the dub tonight, a dominating performance. Who do you have to thank for this exceptional dominating performance that we just witnessed?
Yeah, so definitely want to thank Travis for the work he did in the car back when officials ran here, and then allowing me to basically run it last year and this year. I think definitely a really fast car, and then definitely want to thank you guys for broadcasting, and thanks Steven for putting on the league along with the other admins.
All right. Well, thanks, Chad, for coming up here and talking with us, and thank you for the on-track product you gave us as well. The strategy, the good Lord. The difference of strategies that we saw on track definitely showed a very cool, very fun race for us to call up here in the booth. So we thank you for coming out here and running this race. Congratulations on your win, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Yep. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
See you next week.